Hello everyone, welcome back to Minus to Millions. We're in the second day of August now, and we've got £16,400 in the bank. And the first thing we need to do today is connect the water trailer and fill up our greenhouse, because we haven't done that for a long time. There was still around 1,000 litres left in there when I changed the production over yesterday though, so that would probably last another day or two, but I'd rather fill it up now, just to make sure it doesn't run out of water and stops the production. We have got our first pallet of tomatoes since changing over from lettuce as well, so once we've done this, we'll get that sold and see how much we get for it. And it only cost us £208 to fill the trailer up, so that's very cheap. And I'll check the greenhouse storage once we've put this water in, because the pallet of tomatoes spawned in a couple of hours ago, so I want to see how many tomatoes have been produced since then. Okay, that's the trailer empty, so let's check the greenhouse storage. So there's 2,750 litres of water in here, and we've already got 159 litres of tomatoes, so they are being produced very quickly. And I'll put this water trailer back now, then we can go and get the pallet of tomatoes sold to see how much we get, and then we'll know if we can make more money from them than we did from lettuce. Obviously the price of tomatoes is a lot lower than lettuce, but it only took 1 day to get a pallet of tomatoes, and it takes 2 days to get a pallet of lettuce. So we should be getting 2 pallets of tomatoes in the same time it takes to get 1 pallet of lettuce. And once we've sold this, we'll be able to work out if we'll make more from 2 pallets of tomatoes than we would from 1 pallet of lettuce. So let's go and get this sold. Right, let's see what we get for this. We usually got between £450 to £500 for the lettuce, so if we get more than half of that for these, then we'll be making more from tomatoes than we would lettuce. But that's only if we do get 2 pallets of tomatoes in the same time it takes to get 1 pallet of lettuce. I'm pretty sure we will, because it only took 1 day to get this pallet, and we've already got over 150 litres of tomatoes in the greenhouse again. Okay, we got £240 for them, so it would be £480 for 2 pallets if we got the same price for each one. So we'll probably make roughly the same amount from tomatoes as we would lettuce. But I think I'll change the greenhouse back to lettuce when we get the next pallet of tomatoes, because then we only have to sell 1 pallet to make roughly the same amount of money. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is head back and cut down 1 or 2 trees to take up to the sawmill so we can start producing planks again. And I'm just going to load the logs onto the pickup truck by hand, because we aren't cutting down lots of trees, so it's not worth spending money on leasing equipment. So yeah, let's head back and do that. Okay, I think we'll go for this tree here first. And like I said, I'm only going to cut down 1 or 2 trees, just so we have enough wood in the sawmill to produce a few pallets of planks, because we do make very good money from them. We're going to have to spend quite a bit of money leasing equipment to harvest our corn soon as well, so whatever we make from the planks will help towards that. And this has got stuck on another tree and hasn't fallen, but once I cut a bit off, it should fall over. It is very heavy, this tree. It weighs 3.9 tonnes, so I'll have to cut it up fairly small so that I can lift the logs by hand. Okay, it's falling over now, so we'll be able to cut the rest up easily. And I'll make sure I can lift the logs I cut off this as I go along, then we won't have any problems when we're loading them onto the pickup. I'll put all the logs in a pile over to the right as well, because it can be hard to see some of the smaller logs in this long grass, and I don't want to miss any. I'm not going to remove the stumps from the trees we cut down today either, because they aren't in the way up here, so it doesn't really matter for now. We will do it at some point though, because I think there might even be some stumps around here that we haven't removed from trees we cut down a while ago. We'll just have to look around when we do remove the stumps to make sure we get all of them. And if I cut a few pieces off this tree now that are roughly the same size as the ones I put over to the right, then we should be able to lift them. I will still put them over on the pile though, but it will just be a bit quicker cutting a few pieces off at once. We'll be able to cut the logs up longer the further we get up the tree as well, so it will be even quicker then. And we're up to where the branches start now, so I'll quickly cut them off before I move the logs I just cut up over to the pile. We should have a good amount of wood in the sawmill after taking this tree up there, because it's very heavy and long. I doubt we'll fit all the logs from this on the pickup at once though, we'll probably have to do it in 2 loads. And this top part of the tree is hanging over a rock very close to the water, so I'll have to try and cut enough off the tree so that I can lift the top by hand. Then I can move it back to cut it up so that none of the logs roll off the rock into the water. And I'll just make sure we can pick these logs up and put them over on the pile before I cut any more off the tree. Okay, we can't lift this piece, so I'll have to cut it in half. And once we've put these over on the pile, I'll get the rest of the tree cut up, then we can start loading the logs onto the pickup. Okay, I managed to get a good amount of the tree on here, but there's still a few pieces left, so we'll have to come back and load them up once I've taken this up to the sawmill. Right, let's get these unloaded and see how many litres of wood we get from them. Okay, we got 5,318 litres of wood, so that's a good amount from this tree so far. And we've still got to bring the rest of the logs from it up here, which will probably give us another couple of thousand litres. So let's head back and get them loaded up. Right, there isn't many logs left, so we should be able to get all of them on at once. And I think it will be easier to load the pickup if I put the longer logs from the top of the tree on first. Then we can put the smaller, heavier ones on top of them. So I'll get these loaded up, then we can take them up to the sawmill. Okay, I did get all the logs what was left on here, so let's take them up to the sawmill. Once we've unloaded this, we'll be able to see how many litres of wood we got from the whole tree. So we got 7,790 litres of wood from that one tree, which is very good. And we'll be able to produce a good amount of planks from that. But I think I might cut down one more tree that's a bit smaller than the one we just cut down, because then we'll have another few thousand litres of wood in the sawmill to produce even more planks. Yeah, let's head back and do that. Okay, we'll go for this tree on the right, because it doesn't look as big as the other one. We should still get a good amount of wood from this though, because it's not a small tree. If we could get 3,000 litres of wood from this, then we'll have 10,000 litres in the sawmill, which will be enough wood to produce 10 pallets of planks. So we'd be able to make very good money from that many planks. And I'll just cut this whole tree up, because it's not as heavy as the other one, so we shouldn't have any problems lifting the logs by hand. We might even be able to get this whole tree on the pickup at once, because I can cut it up into longer pieces. Hopefully we can, but I'll have to see how it goes. Okay, I did manage to get all the logs from the tree on here at once, so let's take them up to the sawmill. Right, let's get these unloaded and see how much wood we get. Okay, we've got 10,993 litres of wood in the sawmill now, so we got around 3,000 litres from that tree. And I did want to have 10,000 litres in here, so we got the perfect amount from cutting that tree down. The planks are produced very quickly as well, so it shouldn't take long for us to get a few pallets to sell. And we can take the pallets over to the sell point one at a time on our tractor, because it's very close, so it doesn't take long at all. Anyway, there isn't anything else we need to do now, so that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like, and feel free to subscribe so you never miss another video.